GK Kids.
Magic Rickshaw. In a small corner of a village lived a simple and kind-hearted boy named Manish with his mother. He owned just an old, rickety rickshaw, which he used to transport goods and passengers around the village. His mother worked in the fields, and Manish also tried to contribute to the household expenses with his hard work. Their life was simple, but Manish had big dreams. He wished to have a splendid rickshaw that was not only the fastest but also caught everyone's attention. Every day, Manish would repair his broken rickshaw and take it out into the village streets in search of passengers. Often, the village boys would tease him, "Hey Manish, when is the front wheel of your rickshaw going to fall off?" Manish would smile and ignore their remarks, but deep inside, he knew that if his rickshaw was a bit better, perhaps he would earn more respect. However, poverty and fate played such a game that he didn't have the money to fulfill his dream of a new rickshaw. One day, Manish's old rickshaw broke down completely. It seemed impossible to fix. He thought sadly, "What should I do now? I need to earn money for my mother and drive the rickshaw." Manish was feeling hopeless, but then he noticed a newly opened junk shop at the edge of the village. He had never seen the shop there before, but given his dire situation, he thought he might find something cheap and new that could help him get back to work. As soon as Manish entered the junk shop, he saw heaps of old and broken items everywhere. In one corner were worn-out bicycles, and in another, old car parts. The shop seemed very old and mysterious, as if something was hidden within. Manish walked further inside and suddenly his eyes fell on a very strange-looking rickshaw. It was unlike any rickshaw he had ever seen. Its color had turned dusty and dull, but its wheels and handlebars had golden decorations. The most remarkable thing was a shiny bell attached to it, which gleamed even in the dim light. Manish asked the shopkeeper, "How old is this rickshaw? Is it for sale?" The shopkeeper, an old and mysterious man, looked at Manish and smiled slightly. He said, "This is no ordinary rickshaw, boy. It's magical." Manish couldn't believe him and laughed. "Magical? Are you joking?" The shopkeeper replied seriously, "No, I'm not joking. This rickshaw is magical, but it comes with a condition. If you use it with a pure heart and good intentions, it will bring you immense power and happiness. But if you misuse it, the consequences will be dire." Manish found the statement odd but didn't have any other options. He thought, if this rickshaw is truly magical, my luck could change. Without thinking much, he bought the rickshaw. As Manish was leaving, the shopkeeper warned him, "Remember, use it wisely." The next day, Manish excitedly sat on his new rickshaw. As soon as he rang the shiny bell, something magical happened. The rickshaw became light and slowly began to rise in the air. Manish was both scared and thrilled. He quickly rang the bell again, and the rickshaw gently came back to the ground. Now Manish understood that the rickshaw truly had magic. He was overjoyed. He thought, "Now I will become the fastest and most unique rickshaw driver in the village." He immediately went around the village, offering magical rides to people. The villagers were astonished when they saw Manish flying through the air. Soon, Manish's fame spread throughout the village. As Manish's fame grew, so did his greed. He thought, "If I use this rickshaw wisely, I could become rich. Why not take it to the big city and show it to the wealthy people there to earn money?" His mother always advised him that hard-earned money was the truest, but now Manish's heart had changed. He decided to go to the city. Upon reaching the city, Manish began to demonstrate his magical ride. People were amazed, and wealthy individuals started paying him large sums to experience the flying rickshaw. Manish started earning money every day. He now had a lot of wealth, but there was no peace in his heart. One day, Manish thought, if I make even more money with this rickshaw, I'll soon become the richest man. He was now entirely consumed by greed. One night, after giving a ride to his biggest customer for a hefty fee, Manish noticed the rickshaw was suddenly out of control. No matter how many times he rang the bell, the rickshaw kept rising higher and higher into the air. Manish's heart began to pound. Suddenly, the rickshaw flew swiftly towards a dark forest and stopped at a desolate place. The atmosphere was eerie and frightening. Manish looked around and saw the same old shopkeeper standing there, gazing at him seriously. In a stern voice, the shopkeeper said, "Manish, I warned you not to misuse this rickshaw. You have used it for your greed, and now you must face the consequences." Manish, trembling with fear, humbly replied, "Please forgive me. I made a mistake. Give me another chance, and I promise I'll never misuse the rickshaw again." The shopkeeper, after a moment of silence, looked at Manish and said, "I'll give you one last chance. If you misuse it again for your greed, the rickshaw will disappear forever, and you will never be able to get it back." From that day on, Manish learned from his mistake. He began using the magical rickshaw only to help others. He would transport sick people to the hospital, offer free rides to children, and assist those in need. His mother also praised him, saying, "True happiness lies in helping others, not in misusing magic for selfish gain." Manish was no longer wealthy, but his heart was full of peace and contentment. His name spread in both the village and the city, but now his fame was due to his good deeds, not the magic. He learned that real magic doesn't lie in an object but in a person's heart and their intentions. Moral of the story: greed and selfishness never lead to good outcomes when using magic or power. True strength lies in good intentions and the welfare of others.